Good appropriate time of the day to you, friends and enemies. I am Richard, and this whole thing around us, why, that is LMTDTMFFR, or say it with me now, limited time offer. No vowels. And how are you doing today? Yes, we're later today, because it is the time that I'm up to do Cyberpunk Red, as usual. So yes, we are doing that. And we're looking at some demos today because I've got nothing in the slate at the moment. And there are a bunch of them that I have on downloaded that I want to have a look at. So why not start with one of those? And indeed, we'll start with the Cyberpunk one. So seeing as we're doing cyberpunky things, yeah, I've got 3 of them lined up to have a look at, all various different ones. And if there's time at the end, Escape Simulator, where we will have a look at the free Talos DLC which came down. So yes, that is what we're going to have a look at today. Something called Into the Grid, something called Trip, and Hauma, Hauma, Hayuma? I'm not sure. Uma, maybe. But yes, let's start with Into the Grid, which is a cyberpunky deck building type thing, it looks like. So let's swap on over there and see what we got going on. Well, we got a photosensitivity warning to begin with. Alright, okay. Add-in options in the settings menu. Control bloom effect intensity. Oh, how exciting. I did click. Oh!
Richard's just redeemed sit on it and swivel.
I can swivel. Woo! Look at me. I can go round and round. And not anymore. I mean, I could go the other way.
Richard's just redeemed make me say a vowel.
You can't. I mean.
Richard's just redeemed make me say a vowel.
G is not a vowel. I cannot say G. But you are.
Richard's
Indeed,
just
reminding
redeemed
me.
make me say a vowel.
Yes. You're G-O-G. Well, we'll go over to the big thing, and I will say G. Oh, G. I need to tell you something about that. Subtle prompting, indeed. There is a free game being given away on GOG right now. It is called Diggles, the Myth of Fenris, and it seems kind of Dungeon Master-esque. If you remember that game where you played it as the dungeon and heroes came in and you had to build traps and train up monsters and things, it seems vaguely in that sort of thing. I haven't really looked at it much, but I think that is what it is. Also while we're here, a second one. You didn't expect that, did you? Half-Life 2 is free right now on Steam because it's the 20th anniversary, is it? No, it can't be the 20th anniversary. It's an anniversary of Half-Life 2. 15th? No, it's the 20th anniversary of Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines coming out. That came out on the 16th of November. You know, it is still the 16th of November where I am. So yes. But yeah, Half-Life 2 is free. I don't think there's anything special going on with Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, but you know, huzzahs for that. But yeah, go see if you can pick up Half-Life 2 for free. Half-Life 2 is 20th as well, so they came out at the same time, did they? That I don't remember, or was not aware of, or didn't care. Half-Life, not my... I mean, I'm just not into it as much as other things. I've played through it, and it's okay. And yeah, it could suffer from the fact that I didn't play it until, 10 years or whatever it was after it came out. So by that point, there had been so many other things. But hey, who knows? Maybe I just don't like good things. We'll find out as we have a look at Into the Grid over here. Yeah? So, click to jack in. There we go. Yeah. Can't do either of those at the moment, so we'll select the server running 101. My old pal Barabel sent me a grid simulation to learn how much runs have changed since my retirement. Uh-oh, we're coming out of retirement. I mean, we already survived 2 days until our retirement. And now we're coming out of retirement? Well, we're going to die horribly, aren't we? I better go over it and shake off the rust before heading to his practice grid. Objective: complete running 101. Well, let's find out. Welcome to the grid. The grid is composed of clusters. Oh, there's a cluster, I guess. Clusters are made up of nodes. Individual things are nodes, alright. Our objective is to run. In every run is to find the core node and breach its mainframe. That's all the way over there. On navigating the grid, you will be able to interact with nodes. Check this one out. Alright, nodes have different ways of being used. For the time being, let's try extracting. We'll get 50 shards. We can exploit to get plus 20% shards on all libraries. Or we can rehash, which gives us 1 shard but costs a hash key. Oh, sorry, it gives us 100 shards. We'll extract some shards. Ooh! Extracting nodes will always provide shards. Shards are remnants of code that we can use as currency to buy different things inside the grid. As you can see, nodes are left empty after you use them. Oh, it's no longer a library. Now, move through clusters, you need to pass through gates. Let's check out the gate. There it is. Activity bouncer. Disable this bouncer by using all nodes in either adjacent cluster. All gates are guarded by bouncer ice that won't let you open them. Bouncers have specific conditions that need to be met to be disabled. In this case, the active bouncer will be disabled if all nodes in the cluster are used. Let's extract library so you can open the gate. Alright. Plus 20% charge on all libraries. So I was just thinking, if you're getting 50 per thing, that's an extra 10. So you're giving up 50 shards to get 10 off of everything. So you still have to pick up 6 shards before you make anything. Oh, sorry, 6 libraries before you make any additional profit off of it. There we go. As you can see, the gate opened because you met its bouncer condition. By the way, I sound a little quiet on the mic. The game seems fine though. And there isn't much sound. Can you hear the music in the background? Test, test, test. Louder? Quieter? Exactly the same with no difference at all? Let's go on and find out. Open the gate. Hey! Look out. This cluster has a watcher protecting it. Most clusters will have a watcher guarding them. Uh-oh. This one is an extraction watcher, which will increase your trace whenever you extract a node in this cluster. Every time you extract a node in this cluster, plus 1 trace. Alright, so I won't extract in this cluster then. You seem the same. Maybe I'll just speak up. Trace measures how aware the grid is of your intrusion. When trace increases, the grid is alerted, and the run becomes harder. You can hover over each trace level for more information about trace effects. Nothing, 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 nothing. All sentinels will be harder. All sentinels will be better. All sentinels will be faster. All sentinels will be stronger. I don't want them to be better, faster, harder, stronger. Now click on the library node. Avoid extracting the node and the watcher so the extraction watcher doesn't trace you. Instead, you can try exploit. This will increase the charge you'll get from other library nodes. But I mean, as I said, I need to find 6 of them. Different nodes can be exploited for different effects, so pay attention to them. Now, if we learned about watchers, let's check how to advance further by inspecting the gate. Let's get guided by a combat bouncer. So you must defeat all sentinel eyes in this cluster to open it. Alright. In either adjacent cluster. So somehow I could find my way onto either side of the door. Alright, okay. It's time to get your hands dirty. Click on the node with a sentinel to start the combat. You're an extraction watcher. Are you a sentinel? Alright. Start combat. Yes. Hey, look at you! And here's the deck building aspect. Oh, am I covering over things there? Everything you see is created by the console to provide you with information during combat. This is your console's integrity. Representation of how much damage it can take before it breaks. If it reaches 0, it's game over, man! Game over! The objective of every combat is to get the ice's integrity to 0 before it does the same to you. 90. It's got 10. I don't know, is that 10 armor maybe? It's going to deal 10 damage, then 10 damage, then 10 damage. Show you the ice's intent! And its passive abilities. Massive 01. That's great. Every time you enter combat, your console draws 5! Count them 5 random cards from your repository, or repo for sure. We could call it a deck. That'd be fine. Main cards cost clock. A card's clock cost is the left next to its name, so 0, 1, 1, 1, 10. Oh, 1 again, sorry. Alright. Do you want me to do a specific thing? No. Underneath my head, yeah, it's just... what's the word I'm looking for? Flavor text. Alright, so you want me to do a thing, do you? Okay. If you activate at least one command this turn, also generate one extra Vim. Who knows what that is? Alright. Well, I'm going to gain some buffer. Absorbs damage. Fires at the end of the round. Does that mean 3 of these subroutines are coming in? That blue bar over your integrity is buffer. Sound cards generated and it blocks incoming damage. Buffer expires at the start of your following turn. Alright, well I'm going to play 2 of these so that I get, presumably, 40 buffer, which is enough to negate the 30 damage. There we go. And then we'll do a code slash to slash some code. Haha! Playing cards is filling the yellow bar here. Ooh! And that's virtual memory. Many cards generated and it's used to activate your commands and trigger some cards' conditional effects. You check how much Vim a card generates beneath its clock cost. Aha! That's what that little bar is. Commands are powerful squills that can swing a battle in the blink of an eye. Normally, any given command can be only activated once per turn, so keep that in mind. Alright, so dig, draw 3 cards and then choose 1 to discard, draw 1 card, draw 2 cards and gain 2 clock. Well, I've used up my 3 time. I can do this. I could draw a card, or I could just generate 1 Vim. I don't know what I'm going to do with the card, seeing as I'm out of clock, so I might as well just do this. And have an extra 1 Vim. And then end my turn. Hey Ice, do a thing. You did 3 damage. Or 30 damage. 10 damage 3 times. Okay, now you're going to gain 40 buffer, and you gained 10 already. So, there we go. Let's start with the round. This ice gains 10 buffer. So, yes. Gain 20 buffer. If you have at least 10 Vim instead, gain 40 buffer. Decompile. Decompile cards are not reshuffled into your repo for the remainder of combat. Okay. Deal 20 damage if you have at least 10 Vim, deal 40 damage, and then get rid of it. Alright. Well, I don't. Vimothy. Yes, I could be called Vimothy. Alright, well, I mean... might as well use this. It's not gonna decompile, so, you know... And you're just going to gain buffer, so I might as well attack 3 times. Kablamo. Kablamo. Kablumo. And then I can draw 3 cards and choose one to discard if I want. If I don't want that, I'll end my turn. Remember, you can visualize all the cards you can still draw in your repo. I mean, I don't know how to remember that, since you've not told me that before, but yes. Here we are. These are the things I could get. Those don't use the 10. It's just if you have the 10, do that thing. Alright? You're going to do 10, 10, 10. Well, I mean... I'm going to activate the command to draw 3 cards. Well, it's going to cost me 8. Yeah, I do that. Choose one to discard. I don't need 2 Cyber Shells, so I will discard a Cyber Shell. Discard. And then I will gain some buffer. Gain some buffer. Gain extra Vim as I use the command. Woo! And then I'll use that one because there's absolutely no reason not to use that one. It's not going to do the extra stuff. It's exactly the same as an ordinary code slash, so you know, why not? Alright. Oh, have you got 30 of which 10 is... I'm uncertain. Alright, you're only going to gain some buffer. So... you're in there. I don't need... I mean, I could just draw 3 cards. Sure, why not? Yay! I got amped code slash. We'll get rid of ordinary code slash. Then we'll generate some Vim. Oh! No, it got rid of all the Vim. Of course it did, because I'm an idiot and wasn't paying any attention. I forgot that I was spending it by doing that. Alright, well... we'll code slash you. And then we'll do 20 damage and code slash you. Yay! Oh, I feel all upset now. It fell over. Oh. Gain 30 buffer and draw a card. Adonis and blocker. Deal 30 damage and gain 4. Well, that's cool. Deal 20 damage and gain 20 buffer. Let's gain loads of Vim and see if we can get up to the 17. Confirm! Oh! 50 shards? 1 hash key. Of course, it's used to deactivate some bouncers and rehash nodes. Alright. Good job! That was enough to disable the bouncer on this gate. Now, after defeating that sentinel, you got a hash key. Oh, I can have 4 hash keys. How exciting. Hash keys are a resource used to rehash nodes, and are mainly obtained by defeating sentinels. That node does not have a sentinel anymore, you can interact with it. How exciting. No, it was. Why will it still add trace? Let's keep avoiding the extraction watcher and try our new hash key. Wait, that wasn't what was there? Alright, it's somewhere else, is it? It's just in here, is it? Alright, I would love to be able to. Oh, I need to click. Try rehashing the library for shards. Get 1 hash key minus... well, I guess we're getting plus 20. Alright, okay. So, not quite as useless as I thought it was going to be. So we've made 20 out of the 50 we could have had from using the exploit rather than the extract. Woo! But we used a hash key. Nice! Nodes have different rehash effects and hash key costs. You don't want to miss them. Let's open that gate and move forward. If you insist. Oh! This cluster has many valuable nodes, but also a very strong watcher guarding it. Alright. Every time you use a node. This Omni Watcher will trace you every time you use any of the nodes in this cluster. A bouncer on the gate. Let's check it out. What does it do? Disable this bounce by using all nodes in either adjacent cluster. Alright. This activity bouncer poses a tricky challenge. No, it doesn't. It requires you to use all the nodes to be disabled. But the Omni Watcher will trace us in the process as well. Fortunately, there's a way to disable the Watcher here. First, let's defeat this Sentinel so you can access the render node. I mean, I would just defeat both of those and then it wouldn't matter if you tried to make Sentinels better in this cluster, because I wouldn't see it. Alright, we'll have a look and go through your thing and see what it says. Start combat. Oh! Well, you're different. Gain 25 buffer and inflict 1 tagged. Each shell card costs 1 extra clock this turn. Each point represents duration in number of rounds. So that will last for 1 round. Right, okay. Are you a shell? Shell basic. Hack common. I haven't done a command. I'm not going to do a command, I don't think. Draw 1 card for scout. No. Well, I mean, I could, I suppose. Sure. Alright, let's smash you with a 30 damage card. Then, that got me 4 Vim, so then I will draw 1 card. Excellent, because then I can... The unstable charge, and I activate a command, so I generate 1 extra Vim, so 2 Vim. And then I can use both of the code slashes, because I don't need to buffer this turn. There we go, and then I will end my turn. And the ice will gain some buffer. And tag me. Fighting in the grid. You can apply or receive buffs or debuffs. The statuses you're affected with are shown above your integrity, and the ones affecting the enemy are next to theirs. Oh, there we are, tags down there. Shell cards cost 1 extra clock, so they cost 2 each. I'm going to deal 25, so I can't play 2 of those. Every time this ice deals damage, it inflicts 1 debilitated. Debilitated reduces that damage by 30%. Each point represents duration in number of rounds. Oh, so it inflicts 1 debilitated, which reduces damage by 30% for 1 round. I see. I mean, I could instead just hack you, code slash, and then amped code slash. So, you know, I'm going to do that instead. And then, you know, I'm going to deal 40 damage and decompile this card, which means I won't have it for the rest of the combat, but, you know, you'll be dead. So... Yay! We did it! Deal 30 damage, generate 4 temporary Vimp, gain 1 indexed. Exhaust used to activate commands expires at the end of your turn. That's what it does. Okay. Does not count for conditional effects. Okay, so I can't reach the 10 points. Okay. Create 30 buffer, generate 4 temp, deal 20 damage, generate 3 10. Ah, but that's a 0 cost. That has no time. Ah. Ooh. Eee. Or I could draw 1 extra card next turn. Presumably I can use temp Vimp, or Vim, sorry, not Vimp, Vim to spend on commands, presumably? And 4 is enough to draw a card? So can I spend the 4 temporary? I don't know. Let's find out. Actually, let's take another buffer one. Or let's take a buffer one as we already had, as we took an attack one last time. Alright, we got rid of you. Get 60 shards and 1 hash key. Woo! Now click the render node. Alright. Render nodes provide an icebreaker when rehashed. It costs 2 hash keys and you currently have only 1 hash key. Icebreaker. Break 1 bouncer, watcher or sentinel ice. Can target watchers behind closed gates. But I can't see anything behind the closed gates yet. Alright, well. Let's defeat another sentinel to obtain a second one. And then we will go to the animation. Anomaly. Ooh, extract for 120 shards. Exploit to pick a common glitch. Who knows what that is? Rehash to pick an uncommon / rare glitch, and it costs 2 hash keys. Alright, okay. I'm going to start the combat first of all. Oh! Robo turret! You're going to gain buffer. Alright, in which case I'm going to slash and slash. I don't need either of those, so I might as well spend to draw. I got a cyber shell again. Alright, well, that's a shame. I will generate 2 Vim using my unstable charge. So I've got 2 Vim. Virtual memory, yes. It can be resource used to activate commands. Expires at the end of your turn, does not count for conditional effects, so yes. And max Vim, having Vim at your maximum capacity. Currently 17, yeah. Energize, draw 2 cards and gain 2 clock, yes. You're gonna shoot me now, deal 30 damage. Well, I'm gonna do that one. And see what temporary Vim looks like. Ooh! Sound cards, your temporary virtual memory, or Temp Vim for short. Temp Vim can be used to activate commands, but it cannot trigger cards' conditional effects, and expires at the end of your turn. Or, you know, I could use it to draw a card. Draw 3 and choose 1 to discard. I mean, that still says... Oh, that says +4. Alright, okay. Let's go... I've got enough there. Oh, I've only got 2 clock left, haven't I? Alright, so let's draw a card. Charge, Code Sling. Code Slash, let's use it. Kapow! Splat! You know, those are the sort of things you imagine in the Matrix, right? People going kapow and splat. Now I can draw cards, but that wouldn't help because I am out of clock. Yeah, they charged a powerful attack for next turn. If only I could find a way to do, you know, 20 damage to them maybe with a Code Slash. If only I could gain 40 buffer. I don't have 10 or more Vim. I was just trying to work out a way to get to 10 without killing you. Alright, screw it. I'm going to draw 3 cards. And then we'll discard Cyber Shell. And I'll just gain 2 Vim and then do this. You know, just because I can. Hey! Console Prodigy, Hack, Uncommon. Deal 40 damage. If you activate at least 2 commands this turn, deal 80 damage. Instead, deal 80 damage, sorry. Okay. Input Assistant, gain 20 buffer if you activate at least 1 command. Gain 1 index, so I would draw another card. That costs 0 time. And the Cypher's Gambit. Deal 20 damage if you activate at least 1 command. Also gain 1 clock. Oh. So... I mean that. 2 commands, that means I need at least 12 Vim. I think that's likely. That cost me nothing. If I draw that, I could, you know, once I've got that in my hand, I could just spend 4 Vim to draw a card. And then this would cost nothing. So yeah, we'll have that one. More attack. 80 shards and 1 hash key. What are you teaching me? You now have Anna hash keys to rehash the render node. Alright. But it's going to give me +1 trace. So deactivate some bouncers and rehash. Trace level increased by 1. But we got a new tool, Icebreaker. Icebreaker is a powerful tool that can disable any ice with a sentinel, bouncer, or watcher. Let's use it to disable this. Let's, you know, use it to disable my mouth so that I can or enable my mouth would be better so that I can talk properly. Disable this powerful Omni Watcher. Alright. How? Click on the icebreaker. Break target Watcher. Break target Bouncer. Break target Sentinel. Watcher. This one. Do I just click anywhere in here? No. Break target Watcher. Alright, well I don't know why you didn't work on the last time. You can now use the rest of the nodes freely. Alright, fine. Let's inspect that anomaly node. Anomaly nodes can be exploited or rehashed to obtain glitches. Glitches are abnormal segments of source code that you can pick up to obtain different bonuses for the run. Let's exploit this node to get a glitch. A common glitch. How common. And we have got white keycap. Yes, of course. Last time, that's exactly what you get, isn't it? A white keycap. Something which affects your physical keyboard. That is a thing that you would get here in this virtual world, of course. Last time you activate a command each combat, gain 1 clock and draw 1 card. Alright, okay. Or, at the start of your turn, generate 1 Vim. So I can use a command to generate, so I can draw 1 card in order to draw 1 card and gain the clock, or 1 clock. And that's each combat, and that's every turn. I mean, maybe I'll generate with him. That glitch will be helpful in the upcoming battles, will it? I don't know. Alright. Let's extract those 3 library nodes. And then we got a screen? Or source? I don't know. Alright, if you insist on me extracting. Maybe I want to exploit one of them. That's a lot of shards. Now let's spend some. Click on the source node. Alright, and we made it up to 50 now from the 20 bonus. In source nodes you can spend the shards to obtain different things. Oh good. We have enough for an icebreaker. Let's get one for later. You'll need it. Buy a glitch, a card, or an icebreaker. Break 1 bouncer, etc. Alright, there we go. New tool obtained, icebreaker. Used all the nodes of the cluster, the source gate can be opened. Well, what if I didn't have enough money? And couldn't buy anything? What would happen then? Disable the bouncer by using all nodes in either adjacent cluster. Alright. Nice! You have found the core node of this grid. That's that. Oh, the trace level is still there. Alright. Check out its gate now. Impenetrable bouncer. Disable this bouncer by using an icebreaker. Or brute force bouncer. Or brute force the bouncer. For plus C chase. Trace. Same thing. Being chased or traced. Gates leading to the core node are always guarded by an impenetrable bouncer. These bouncers can only be disabled by using an icebreaker. But that's not all. These gates can be brute forced, opening them instantly by increasing trace, so a trade-off. But why would I care? If this is the end, why do I care if I get plus 3 trace so that, you know, we move into better, faster, harder, stronger? Use brute force sparingly is an emergency resource, or emergency measure rather than an efficient tactic. Brute forcing the impenetrable gate raises trace by 3, while brute forcing most normal bouncers increases it by just 1. Fortunately, you have an icebreaker already, so let's just use it to avoid forcing. Use the icebreaker to disable the impenetrable bouncer. Alright. The way to the core node is now open. Before proceeding to it, let's prepare a bit more. First, let's check out the compiler node. Every time I extract a node. Wait, is it disabled? Or is that... I don't know. If you rehash this node, you can get a powerful protocol. Pick a new protocol card. Who knows what that is? We don't have enough hash keys to do it yet. Let's defeat 2 more sentinels to get the hash keys needed. Yeah, alright. Sounds good. It's an empty node. We'll start combat on this empty node. Oh. Well, you're a wavy thing, aren't you, with your arms? Combat, you can check your active glitches and their effects here. Where's here? Here is there. Right. I have a stabilizer. At the start of your turn, generate 1 Vim. Right, so you're going to deal 40 damage. I don't have at least 10, but I might as well use that. You. And then you. And I've got 1 more. Runner is exposed. What is exposed? Am I exposed? Does exposed mean having... Does exposed mean having extra, words? Does it mean having no shell? Or no buffer? I mean, I'm going to assume it does. Actually, you know what? I haven't taken any damage, so I'm going to assume it doesn't. I'm going to code slash. And I could draw a card. It cost me 4, but then I could generate 2. But I can't use the thing that I generate, so no. Let's just unstable charge and gain another 1. And then end our turn. And then we'll find out what exposed means. Didn't get me. But I wasn't exposed, whatever that meant. Can you generate an exposed or something? You're going to gain 50 buffer and inflict 1 starved. At the start of your turn, draw 1 for your card. Each point represents the duration and number of rounds. Alright, okay. So you're not going to be doing anything. I can generate some temporary vimp. Right. So, 4, 8, which will get me to 15. Alright, yeah. So let's deal 30 damage. And let's do that. Then, I can use Amped Coastlinger, which will decompile. Oh wait, no, that will generate 2, which will get me to 17. Kapow! There we go. Then I can draw 2 cards and gain 2 clock. Then I can use the Cypher Gambit to generate 2 and gain 1 clock and deal because I've activated a command. There we go. And then I've still got 2 clock, so I can deal 20 damage and not find out what starved is. So I'll buffer myself for no reason and then slash damage. Huzzahs! The wobbly thing is wobbling all over the place and falling down. Woo! And now I can bend reality to gain 100 buffer. I can use the Maker's Touch to deal 20 damage, discard a random card from your hand. If it was a hack, deal 30 additional damage. Deal 50 damage, inflict 2 exposed. Exposed increases damage by 30%. Each point represents the duration and number of rounds. Okay, well, that costs 2. Can I see my deck? I can. There we go, I've got 7 out of 13. I've only got 6 cards which are not hack. Two for 50. 2 time. Deal 50 damage. Generate no Vim. No, we'll have the Maker's Touch. We'll discard random cards from our hands. Why not? 100 shards and 1 hash key. Now we're going to target the other one, right? Defeat 1 more sentinel to get the hash key needed. Yep. Start combat. Oh, can you only see in straight lines or something? I don't know. Alright. Oh, look at you, boxing man. Boxing boxer person. Deal 40 damage. If the first subroutine hits, inflict 1 exposed. If the first subroutine didn't hit, self-inflict 1 exposed. Alright, well. Alright, let's generate 35 buffer. Then it's draw a card with my temporary Vim. And then I don't have that, but I could play any. I'm going to generate more so I don't take it, so I might as well play you. And I've got 1 clock left, which I can use with amp code slash. There we go. And then end turn. You're exposed. Right, well. Alright, let's draw a card. Do all the runners buffer and deal 20 damage. Alright, okay, so there's no point in putting that up. But now that I've activated a code, I can do this and generate 2 Vim. Then I have activated at least 1 command, so I can use this to do 20 damage and gain 1 clock. Which will do... I don't know, you're exposed, right? When this ice's integrity reaches 70 or less, it greatly upgrades all its subroutines immediately. Well, that doesn't sound good. Alright, and now I've got 3? Well, I've still got 3 clock. Alright, well I'm only going to get to use 2 of these. Or, sorry, I might as well use Cyber Shell, so that now, when I use the Maker's Touch, it's definitely going to discard a random card, discard a random hack. Then I'll use the Code Slash because that does more damage. Oh no! Now you're going to deal 30 damage from having removed all my buff. And then I will deal 20 damage, discard a card, and do another 30. There we go. I could draw 3 cards and choose 1 to discard, but I couldn't play it, so I'll end my turn. Ow! You did some damage to me. Right, well you're gonna die. You're gonna deal 60 damage. If the first subroutine hits, inflict 1 exposed. If it doesn't, inflict 1 exposed on yourself. But I didn't see that happen. Because, I mean, I didn't appear to be doing 30% more damage. Alright, well I'm going to do that one and decompile my card and see what effect they have for decompiling. They don't. Alright, fine. I'm going to use Cyber Shell. And then I'm going to use the Maker's Touch. Because now I'm guaranteed to discard a hack card. And I'd like to see if that actually triggers, even though the initial damage will kill it. Yeah, it did discard a card, so it did more. Huzzah! Overkill! No kill like overkill. Alright, and now I can have Console Rebooter, generate 10 temporary Vim, re-enable all commands this turn, and then decompile it. That's very interesting. Now Ulysses Toy, deal damage equal to 2 times the Vim you spent this battle. Or Warlord's Kiss, deal 100 damage for 3 clock. Oh, it's a unicorn. Generate 10 temporary, re-enable all commands this turn. Yeah, I might as well. Yeah, alright, let's use Console Rebooter. Let's take that. I can only go up to a maximum of 20, but this way I can get to the 17. How exciting! Got another hash key. Finally, you can rehash the compiler node now. Pick up a new protocol card. Protocols are powerful cards that change the rules of combat once played. You get removed from combat afterwards. Okay. Every time you activate a command, deal 20 damage. Interesting. First time you activate a command each turn, gain 1 clock. Every time you activate a command, generate 3 Vim. Well, given that I've just taken the gain 10 temporary Vim, all commands become reusable. I was going to say unusable. That's the exact opposite. Every time you activate a command, generate 3 Vim. No. Ignition protocol. Every time you activate a command, deal 20 damage. Because then I can activate multiple in a turn. Yeah. Draw. Then I will have an extra 10. Well, that one. That gets 4 Vim anyway. So yeah. Or, hold on. Every time you activate a command, generate 3 Vim. Which means I would be able to draw a card every turn. Because I've also got the protocol which does the... Or not the protocol, the glitch, which generates 1 Vim at the start of every turn. So every turn, I could draw an extra card. At the beginning, I think I'd rather have this one. Because so far I haven't seen anything that means I need to draw an extra card every turn. I'm doing okay with what I've got. Almost ready. Before moving on, restore some integrity on that Haven command node. Restore 75 integrity, gain 100 shards, or restore 175 integrity. Well, I've only lost a little bit. Where does it say on here where my... There it is, down the very bottom. 470 out of 500, so yep. Ooh, healing. Ready to face the boss sentinel. Now it's a good time to check your commands and see if you want to change them to better synergize with your current deck. Alright. Remember, you can change your commands here. No, how would I have remembered that? You've never told me it before. Oh, okay. So that is draw 2 cards, gain 2 clock. Next non-protocol card you play this turn will be played twice. Draw 3 cards and choose one to discard. Send a random 1 cost card in your hand, cost 0 until played. Choose up to 2 cards from your recycler and place them in your hand. Choose 1 card from your repo and place it in your hand. Or the next non-protocol card you play this turn will be returned to your hand. Presumably not the ones that are decompiled, because that would be pretty crazy. And here we have draw 1 card, gain 1 feral. Each point increases the outgoing damage by 5% until the end of combat. Every time you play a card this turn, generate 1 Vim. For 4 Vim, you'd have to be playing 4 cards then in order, or 5 cards in order for it to make a profit. Which I don't see happening. Gain 1 grit. Each point of grit increases buffer gain by 5% until end of combat. But, I mean, that's only 1. 5% of 20, which is what I have, will only gain an extra 1 point of buffer. I'll get 21 rather than 20. I suppose I can use it multiple turns. No, I don't think so. I think we'll stick with draw cards, and draw and gain cards, because... or the next non-protocol card you play twice at this turn will be played twice. No, we'll have energize still. So I want to find a card. I want to collect them from my trash. I want a random card in my hand to cost 0. Well, I mean, No. Nope. Return to map. We'll stick with what we got. Remember, you can change your commands at any time from the node map screen. If you're happy with the setup, go for the core node. Yeah, I'm good with that. Alright. Open the impenetrable bouncer. Okay, core node. Ooh, 400 shards. 350 integrity. Or face the final boss. We're ready to breach the mainframe and face the boss sentinel of the grid. However, remember that most grids will have multiple core nodes. In those instances, you can plunder some of them for powerful benefits, forcing yourself on another one to complete the run. Okay, so you can go multiple different ways to find multiple different things. Alright, okay. Good luck in the final battle, runner. Okay, breach. You've got 160. You're going to deal 13, 13, and 13. Well, every time you activate a command, deal 20 damage. That's not going to help. Horrible things. Because I was going to do that one. And then that one. But then, well, 13, 13, 13, and 13 is 39. And if that's only 35... Alright, so I can do Ignition Protocol. That will generate enough Vim. And now I have the command going. As we said before, protocols are permanent combat modifiers. Once played, the protocols themselves are decompiled, but their effect lingers until the end of the fight. Alright. No, I was going to play that one, because it was going to generate 4 temporary Vim. I mean, I might as well. And then I will draw 1 card. Doesn't help me, but then I can disable generator anyway. And I've done 20 damage to you, thanks to my Ignition Protocol. Now I'll just end my turn. Ow! You hit me! You did 4 damage to my face. That's not allowed. Generate 10 temporary re-enable all commands this turn. Decompile. So I've got 8. Right. Let's charge Code Slash, which will get me 4. There we go. Then I will draw 3 cards and choose 1 to discard. You're only gaining 50 buff. Alright, then we'll get rid of the Cyber Shell. Then let's generate 10 temporary Vim. Re-enable all commands this turn. Oh! But that doesn't have me enough to do an Energize. Oh, that's a surprise. Alright, but I've got... Which is what I was trying to do. I've only got 14. Damn it. Alright, let's have... What, 10 temporary. Let's draw 3. We'll discard another Cyber Shell. And then I'll use this as one as well, because I'm doing 20 damage every time I'm doing it, so it's not horrible. And then I can use the Maker's Touch, and hopefully I won't discard this 1 amped up shell that I have here with my clock. Maker's Touch, what am I discarding? Yay! It was a hack. So now I'll end my turn, and then you will gain some buffer, and I will be sad. Alright, well, you're going to deal 77 damage. At the start of each turn, this ice gains 15 buffer and slightly upgrades all offensive subroutines. Okay, so that is why you're doing odd numbers. Right, I will gain 35 buffer, generate 4 temporary Vim. Then, I will draw a card. Oh! I've drawn that one back again. Or have I got 2 of those? Oh. Well, your played and discarded cards end up here in your recycler, thank you. Whenever your repo is empty, you will draw from it. Cards here will be reshuffled and moved to your repo, except decompiled cards. Oh. But these are not. These are the ones which aren't there. Contains cards that will be reshuffled into your repo the next time you need to draw from, and it's empty. Except these aren't the ones which will be there. These are the ones which I have used. You are showing the wrong thing, recycler. See, now I just generate another 4 temporary Vim. Let's see, I've still got 2. I've activated at least 1 command this turn, so I can generate 1 clock. So I will do 20 damage. There we go. I've activated at least 1, so I can generate more Vim. Now, I've still got 2 clock. I will gain 35 temporary buffer and generate 4 temporary Vim, which will reduce all the damage I'm taking to only 7. And then I can draw 3 cards and choose 1 to discard and deal 20 damage. And I will discard a Cyber Shell. Do damage via the protocol, and then I can do this, which would possibly do 50, or I'll discard a useless Cyber Shell, or I don't have at least 10 Vim anymore, so I cannot do 60 damage there. So, time for a Maker's Touch. Ah, no! I discarded a useless basic shell card. Never mind. I will take 77 damage. And instead, you've got 30 now. I don't have at least 10 Vim. I can gain 10 Vim. I can do this. Oh, that did 30 damage. Whoops. Tutorial completed. The grid simulation wasn't much of a challenge. I think I'm ready to try out Barabel's practice grid. Visit the practice grid. I mean, I don't know. Ooh, look at all that. Look how it moves. Alright, completed it. And now I can go to Barabel's practice grid. Create a controlled practice grid for me to experience what an actual modern run feels like. Shouldn't be too much of a challenge. And then grind server is the next one, and then there's a bunch over there. Encrypted things on either side. Alright, well, show me what you got. Alright, Ursa. Here we are. The grid simulator I sent you was a reduced experience. This will be way more realistic. Just like in the simulator, we'll face some ice that was able to steal from an Apex Talent Services vendor. So when you encounter here, we'll be quite accurate. Don't worry, I had a maker friend of mine deactivate all the really nasty effects, so it ought to be pretty tame. Alright, well. There are 2 different ones, and that is brute force it or pay 1 hash key. Okay, and you are disable the spell by using all the nodes in either adjacent clusters. Okay. So I can go over here and face you. And what are you doing? Is there no watcher here? So I can use these without any problems. Alright, let's exploit. Whee! And then we'll extract over here. Or do I want to exploit again? What have we got here? Intel. Reveal a connected cluster. But I mean... Oh, I suppose maybe I could get to this door by going all the way round. I don't know. I'll have the shards. I don't care about the connected cluster. The plan is to try and see all of the clusters anyway. Set up, extract the shards, +4 grit in this cluster. Well, there's only one, +1 setup deployer. Install an empty or core node to gain a bonus in that cluster. Repeated bonuses do not stack. I'll just have the shards, thanks. I don't think I need the extra damage. Oh. Okay, I was going to say, let's have a look and see what kind of deck I've got. Amped. Yeah, okay, so only basic cards now. Alright, okay. still don't think I need the extra damage. So I'll have the shards. Let's exploit this one as well, just to see what happens. He said after having complained about all of the other things that happened. We go over here. Yeah, okay, so it changes the where I'm coming from. Nice. Well, I'm going down here to here, not, you know, down this nice simple path. Alright. Alright, library. Remember, you can change your commands here. Alright, yes, thank you for reminding me. Draw, dig, energize. Yeah, I'm fine with those. Ursa of the Stray Dogs. I wonder if there are different people you can pretend to be. Hello, you're going to gain some buffer and then inflict one tagged. Shell cards will cost one extra. Alright, okay. Well, let's just go big. Code slash, draw a card, code slash, generate some more Vim. There we go. End turn. Nah, I'm tagged! And you are going to deal 10 and then 25. Do not have, and cannot get to 10 and then play it. So, I guess I'm just going to have to weather this damage. Well, I suppose I could... Alright, I'll shrug off 20 of the 35 damage going in, and then I'll just do a basic code slash. Drawing cards is not right. End the turn. Ow! Flicked one jammed. What does jammed do? Generator cards cost one extra clock this turn. Ah, you're a generator. Right, I see. You've got 60, so... Oh. I'm debilitated as well. Well, that wasn't what I was hoping for. Alright, well, code slash. Code slash again. Draw 3 cards and choose one to discard. Get rid of the Cyber Shell. Oh, I don't have enough Vim because I just spent it all on you. Alright, well, we'll generate some stuff. And then we'll just do some basic damage on you. Then end our turn. No, I'm jammed. Generator cards cost one extra clock. Well, fortunately... Oh, no, I'm going to have to use all 3, so yeah, that's fine. You're dead. And all it cost me was 15 energy. If I have at least 8 grit, also gain 1 clock. Alright, but got no way to generate grit, so Colonel Law. Which is interesting, especially we've got a London tube there. I wonder why. Generator, Moonlight. If you have at least 6 Feral, generate 3 extra Vim. No. And Cypher's going to deal 20 damage if you activate at least 1 command this turn, also gain 1 clock. Yeah, I mean that generates 2, so that is, you know, half of a draw card. So yeah, I can do that. Hey, hash key, claim rewards. Alright, well you should now be open. Disable the spell by using all nodes in either... Oh, I haven't used the library yet, sorry. Let's just extract. You're open, and you needed a hash key? Yeah, I don't think I want to do that just yet. We'll go this way. You need disable the spell by disabling the Watcher in either adjacent cluster. Okay. You want Combat Bouncer. Disable this bouncer by defeating all Sentinels in either adjacent cluster. Every time you extract a node in this cluster, gain 1 trace. So I can exploit Rehash to gain a Scout Probe. Reveals an area in the grid. I can reveal a connected cluster. You are unreachable. Why are you unreachable? Oh, because I have to go through those things, right? Yes. +4 feral. Rehash. Set up one. Set up deployer. Alright, well, let's go and deal with you right here. Let's start this combat. Remember, you can change your commands here. Thank you. No command changing for me. You're going to gain buffer, you're going to inflict 1 tact. Shell cards will be extra. Expires at the end of the round. Yeah, so there's no point in me buffering. So, be slashed, be slashed, be slashed. Now you're going to buffer. I'm going to get tagged. Do I have at least 10? No, I don't. Can I get to at least 10? No. But I can draw a card. For 4. Now I can get 2 extra. Give it back. And I can gain the clock back. Now I've got 3. I mean, you're going to deal 20 and not be there. And then you... I don't know. If I use you now... No, because I'm only going to gain 1. You're gaining buffer again anyway, so I don't need to shell up. So I will do... damage. I've still got 1 clock. Yeah, alright, let's draw some more cards. Alright, and then I can just do another 20 damage, leaving got 5 health. And now I'm jammed. No, I won't be able to generate. What a horrible thing. But look, I've got all my attack cards and I only need to do 30 damage. Alright, well, I'll draw a card. I'll deal some damage and gain some clock. And then I'll use my amp, which won't trigger. But will do enough damage ordinarily to get rid of you. There we go. Hoplite. Deal 20 damage and gain 20 buffer. Interesting. Recursive Dream. A generator. When played, generate 1 extra Vim and add it to the Vim value of this card for the remainder of the combat. Can you go above 4 Vim on the card? It's got like 1, 2, 3, and then there's a 4th spot. So it can generate 3. And then, can it go higher? Can it not? Or I can have Ephemeral Edge, which generates no Vim, but will deal 20 damage and generate 3 temporary Vim. And cost 0. Oh, you're a hack. So this would be a way of getting buffer when shield is costing more. Or shell cards. Oh, okay. Interesting. Interesting. What happens if I skip? I don't get anything for skipping. Alright. I'm going to have Ephemeral Edge. I'm going to have a card which costs 0. Oh, incoming message. Broom, you're really knocking them out, girl. Oh, boom. Sorry, not broom. I thought you were calling me broom for some reason. Boom. You're really knocking them out, girl. If I'm being honest, I thought Sentinels had been modified to be less dangerous, but that last fight looked as real as they come. Yeah, I guess I lost some. I guess you didn't need the handicap after all. Let's go to prove we stray dogs really are the best runners, eh? Don't be mad. Take your achievements as credit for the whole faction. This is kind of the stray I am. Alright. 31. And a hash key. Excellent. I've got 2 hash keys. What were you doing? Every time you extract a node. Extract for shards. Gain +4 feral. Increase combat. What? Why are you showing me? Each point increases buffer gain. So you're going to give me... Oh, does feral... What? No. Gain +4 feral in this cluster. But you're showing me grip, feral, and vim for some reason. I don't understand why you're telling me that. Alright. I can get 2 hash keys out of this, or 1 icebreaker for 2 hash keys. I can get a setup. Well, I don't know. I can go back to the other place, right? And that costs a hash key. Let's open up that one. I mean, I can go in multiple directions all at once. Thank you. Open. And you... I'm a combat watcher. Each time you enter a combat in this cluster, +1 trace. Alright. And I have to go through at least 1 combat in order to get to that gate. And I have to do that by defeating all combat things in there. Disable this bouncer by using all nodes, so I'd have to generate 2 either way. Because I'd have to go into 2 combats so that I could then use those things. And going into the combat would get me those things anyway. Alright, okay, well, I'm going to gain 2 hash keys from this. I'm going to reveal an area in the grid. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to exploit, gain some feral, which I don't exactly know what that means. Can I see anything what is going on in this cluster? No? Alright. Remember, you can change commands here. Thank you for telling me. I don't want to change the commands. That's just 4 for 1 crit. Yeah, okay. So we're just going to start the combat in this library. Hey! It's one of them static turret spinning around shooting me things. Gain buffer. For 24 to 48. So let's have a look. Feral. Each point increases outgoing damage by 5%. Yeah. I haven't activated 1 command yet. Deal 24 damage and generate 3 temporary vim. I'll do that. So now I have 3 temporary vim. I will code slash. I can do that, and then I can draw. Then I can gain 1 clock again. Oh, there's no point. I didn't need to draw. I suppose I used up my temporary vim. I can do 24 damage, and I don't have enough, and then I can gain some buffer, which will go away, but it did give me an extra point of vim. Alright, and then I can do 24, 24, and 24, which is enough to end you. I mean, just 2 24s is enough to end you. So, be slashed, explode. And there we go. Deal 20 damage and generate 3 temporary vim. I've already got that one. A Mem Saber. Deal 40 damage if you have at least 12 vim. Also, inflict 2 debilitated and 2 exposed. Debilitated reduces outgoing damage by 30%. Exposed increases incoming damage by 30%. And that costs 2 time, 2 clock. Cold Stare gains you 30 buffer, and if you have at least 8 grit, which I don't have anything of, inflicts 1 debilitated. Not on me, right? I'm going to have a common hack again. I'm going to have the temp vim. Not because I would necessarily want the temp vim, but a 0 cost clock is great. Hold up, I think my console is acting up. I mean, these readings can't be right. I'm showing more sentinels than I ever enabled. Let me run some diagnostics. I'll be right back. Just carry on. You're doing fine, Melissa. Oh, something's going wrong. Ooh. Scout probe. New tool obtained. Scout probe. Reveal an area in the grid. Let's use it. We can reveal 4 things. right? Alright, well let's reveal these four. For no real reason other than, you know. Alright. So that one needs disabling the Watcher, which is only going to cost a hash key, right? Was it Icebreaker? It was Icebreaker to get rid of those, wasn't it? Yeah. And that's unreachable, but disable this bouncer by using all the nodes in the cluster. Alright. So the library. Right. Yeah, I want to get one scout probe, reveal a connected cluster. And you're a library as well. Oh, we've got lots of things. Plus 20% damage and buffer for all sentinels. Start combat's exposed and debilitated. Plus 40% damage or buffer for all sentinels. Start combat exposed, debilitated and starved. Plus 60% damage buffer for all sentinels. Double damage and buffer for all sentinels. Well, you know, I'd rather not get to those points, so... Disable this bouncer by defeating all sentinels in either adjacent cluster. Well, let's defeat... Oh! What's this? Library. This tells me what they can get. Alright, I want RND. So they can get icebreakers, or sources to get icebreakers. So I can disable a Watcher. Well, I guess I can just exploit rather than extracting, because I don't want to really go up. I don't want to... I'm going to have to use a hash key, because I'm going to gain a hash key from defeating whatever's there. Do I want a scout probe? Or do I want 140 shards? I'll have the shards. And then I'll reveal a connected cluster. Oh, that one's not part of that. Okay. There we go. Oh, alright. Command. Dep department? What is it, Dep? Depurer. Removes cards. Okay, that'll be good. And get rid of some of my basic cards from there. Step. Setup. Intelligence. R&D? Render. That's where we get icebreakers from. And then, what do we need to open this one? Hash key bouncer. Disable this by spending one hash key. I've got plenty of hash keys. Alright, let's go. Start the combat. Remember, you can change your commands here. Alright, you're going to deal 45 damage. If this hits, inflict one exposed. Alright, well, alright, let's cyber shell, and then we'll generate with the generator. And we'll end our turn. There we go, I've got 60, so you won't hit me, so you won't expose me. Bounced off my exciting shield. Oh. Did I not get either of my zeros? Dang. Alright, okay. Well, at least next turn I'll be able to generate 6. You're going to gain 50 buffer and you can inflict 1 starved. Draw 1 fewer card. Alright. Well, can I get up to 10 Vim? No. Yes? No, I can't. Because I can draw a card. And that will probably get me my 0. And temporary Vim doesn't count for getting the commands. The conditionals go off. So I think I just deal damage to you. Yeah. And then I end my turn. Now I'm going to draw 1 less card, which is fine. Because now I can do these, and I can get up to Energize. I'm going to deal 58 damage if it hits. Inflict 1 exposed. You know, I should really look at your passives as well. End of each round, if this ice lost at least 30 integrity, it inflicts 1 exposed. So I'm already exposed. Increased damage by 30%. So I'm exposed, I'm starved, and I'm feral. Sounds about right. Alright, let's generate some temporary Vim. Let's deal some more damage. I've got 18, so yes, I can draw 2 cards and gain 2 clock. Maybe I should use my Cybershell first. And then I should draw 2 cards and gain 2 clock. Because now I will have 3 of 3 clock. And I can do them both. I do have at least that. The question is... No, 24 and 48 will kill you. So yeah, alright, let's do that. Oh no, I don't have at least 10. I'm an idiot. But there we go. I've now got 40. So I will be hit and be exposed. Well. I could draw a card. The best I'm going to get is 24, right? Yes. I could gain more buffer, but no. Alright, we'll end my turn. We'll see what we would have drawn. I would have drawn... Yeah, that would have been pointless. I would have drawn my unstable generator, which would have been no good to me. 32, so I will draw a card. I will do you to gain clock. Why not? I'll gain some more Vim, and then I will finish you off. Oh, so woozy and falling over. I could get another ephemeral edge. Generate more temporary Vim. If I activate a command, I can get 1 indexed, so I can draw more cards with my input assistant. So I don't have a Shrink's Blessing. Gain 30 buffer. The next card you play this turn will generate double Vim! Oh. Double Vim, you say? I'm trying to think where I've heard Vim before. I'm thinking of a drink for some reason called Vim. I know there's Vim Toe, but I'm pretty certain there's something called Vim as well. There's a drink in something, some media somewhere. I can't recall why. Do I want to draw an extra card? Or do I want to gain 30 buffer rather than 20? No, let's have a 0 cost index. Alright. There we go. We'll have our hashtag back, thank you. Alright, so I can use the hashtag here to gain enough. Which I will do. And then you disable the spell by disabling the watcher in either adjacent cluster. Alright, but now I will go over here and gain a hashtag again, right? It's unreachable. Oh, because I haven't done this. There we go. Now I'll start combat here. Oh! Every time you use a node in this cluster, +1 trace. Every time you use a node at all. Oh, well you need to be... I need to get a thing from you. Alright, here we are. Gain 40 buffer, and you have the passive. When this ice's integrity reaches 40, 70 or less, it upgrades all its subroutines. Alright. We have activated a command this turn. I have not. But if I do activate a command, you're going to do 40 damage. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to amp code /u, ordinary code /u, Vim to draw a card, generate additional Vim, then I'm going to input assistant, so I gain buffer, gain 1 index, and then I'm going to use Cybershell to gain 20 buffer, and there we go. And the drawing of the card was incidental to just activating a glitch. Or, sorry, activating a command. So maybe I should look at changing that then. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Znith just redeemed sit on it and swivel.
Well, alright. If you insist. And we'll go over to the big picture, just because... Oh, that's not a very smooth swivel, is it? There we go, that's better.
Znith just redeemed
no,
make me
I'm
say
hitting
a vowel.
things. 3 times. 3 times around I have swiveled. Oh! You want me to say oh as well? Oh was said earlier. Oh, what a surprise. Ooh. Sorry. Oh, how it is that I have had to say oh twice today. Twice. The same vowel. Twice. This is a disaster. How could I possibly do that?
Znith just redeemed make me say a vowel.
Another one? You wanted me to say a different vowel instead? Why? Why would you do this to me? Why? Is it because I said oh already, and you want an individual vowel of yours? Why did you pick that one? What possible reason could you have for it? I wish to know. Why don't you tell me? Why have you not already told me? Come on. I wish to know why. Have I made it clear enough which vowel I am saying? Or did you want me to say oi? Because you did O and Y. Why not? Yes, that works as well. Why not? Alright, well, I have wide and I have swiveled. So let's have a look and see what was happening back here. Right, you are going to deal 40 damage if the first subroutine hits 1 exposed. Inflict 2 self-exposed. That's better. So yes. Alright, I don't want you to do that. So, I guess I cannot do 10. I cannot get to the 10 Vim. So we will buffer. And then, do I want to activate a command? Yes. No. No, I don't. I was going to activate it, because then I could get another one, but then I will get 3... Wait, hold on. So if I do... Right, activate that for 4. That's going to take me down to 1. And I can use this and gain 2, 3. And I can use the other one to go up to 6. And I can do this to do 7, 8. It means I could dig, but I wouldn't have the clock anymore, because I use it to play those 2 cards. So it's not worth digging right now. So I'll just have my 40 damage and then deal 20 damage to you. I've got my 40 buffer. Is yours going to go away as well, your barrier? Now that I end my turn? It does, it goes away anyway. Okay, so that was... The 20 was worthless. But now, I can generate so much temporary vimp. I'm going to deal 55. If it hits, inflict 1 muzzled. Hack cards cost 1 extra clock this turn. Each point represents duration in number of rounds. And if not, I get quickened. Start your turn with 1 extra clock. Okay, cool. Alright, well, it's not going to hit me, because I'm going to go over... Oh, I can't go over 10. Because... I don't know. Okay, so we're going to do this. And then I'm going to do this. And now I have 13 Vim, but only 7 of it is real, so you don't trigger. So... I guess I'm going to draw some cards. And I will discard... Ooh. Well, let's see, I only need to do 56. So, if I discard you, then I don't need the buffer. I don't have over 10 Vim. I have activated it, so I can do this, which will generate 2 Vim. Then I can do this. And there's 9 Vim. Then I can do that one, which is 10 Vim. And then if I have at least 10 Vim, I will do 26 and 52 damage. So that will finish you off. Haha! Haha! I thought my way through the problem, while you were just punching me. Oh wow. Deal 50 damage and feral affects this card 3 times. So every point of feral adds 15%. Interesting. I don't have a way of generating feral. When played, generate 1 extra Vim and add it to the card. We've seen that. And the Maker's Touch. I did like that one last time. Where we discard a random card. And we're 8 out of 14. We'll be 9 out of 14. But chances are I actually want those because they're going to be ephemeral edges or the gambits. So yeah, alright, I don't want Maker's Edge, Maker's Touch this time. Pack can't deal 50 damage, which is more than just a Code Slash, because Code Slashes are 20, so 2 lots of 20. Although it's going to generate less Vim that way, isn't it? Because it only generates 2 Vim. So, alright, no, let's try Recursive Dream. I'm going to have Vim upon Vim upon Vim. Incoming message. Oh, darn! Oh, no! These bloody sentinels are trying to achieve connectivity. My Maker friend swore he deactivated that. This is why I have trust issues with runners from other factions. I'm getting locked out of my own grid. Listen, as I change of plan. I'm not practicing anymore. This is a live run, girl. You're still jacked in, so they're gonna get back control over my grid. No, you're gonna get back control over my grid, or we're both screwed. Any chance of finding Imogen will be gone before we even start looking. I don't know. I didn't know I was looking for Imogen to begin with, but alright, okay. We need to find a core node and get this thing under control before it's too late. Alright. Yay! I got a hash! Alright, now I have a hash. I don't think I can spend it here, can I? Why are you... Oh, you've got... That's set up. That's why you're thinking. Yeah, if I use something, I will get 1 trace. But I could have a new protocol card. I mean, I really want to... Let's see what this does. Okay, so I can exploit to remove 1 card from repo. Oh, repo is the repository, yes. Extract, I can exploit. Rehash, remove 2 cards from repo for 2 hash keys. A new... That's 5 Vim in this cluster. That's interesting. That's not what I want. What I'm looking for is... Where is... There it is. Icebreaker for 2 hash keys. So 2 in the department, 2 in there. That will add 3... Well, no, I can do 2 there. I can add 2. And then I can safely use the rest of the nodes in this cluster. Alright, yeah. I will have a protocol card. Yeah. My trace went up, but now I can have Greed. The first card you play each turn generates double Vim. Next time you achieve a command, so you activate a command each turn, gain 1 clock. Or, at the start of your turn, if you have max Vim, gain 1 clock. Oh, wow. I mean, all of them are Vim. Command. Well, no. First time you play each turn generates double Vim. I think that one's probably where I'm going to go. Because double Vim, then I can get up to maximum and use it. Anyway, I don't think I can get... There we go. Trace level increased by 1. Whoops. Never mind. And let's have a look at the commands then, because it's not about drawing cards. I don't care about drawing those. I can get Feral. Each time you play a card this turn, generate 1 Vim. And gain 1 grit. Each point increases buffer. Let's have Feral. Not that it's particularly what I want, but there we go. 3 cards and choose 1 to discard, yep. Random cost 0. No thanks. Choose up to 2 cards from your recycler and place them in your hand. No thank you. Choose a card from your repo and place it in your hand. No thank you. The next non-protocol card you play this turn will be returned to your hand. The next non-protocol card you play this turn will be played twice. No, I'd rather have the draw 2, play 2 more cards, I think. But yeah, we'll have the gain feral, so I can use that. Alright, and now we'll go over here and start some combat. Nope. You're a weird thing we haven't seen before, a data sucker. What's your passive? Runner can only activate 2 commands each turn. I don't know what to tell you, mate. It's not going to do anything to me. I will generate 3 temporary Vim. You're going to drain 2 Vim, inflict debilitated and equal, and you're going to damage me. Alright. I think I can deal with that. Because I will... Oh no, I can't draw a card now. Because I just turned that off. Alright, well I will generate some temporary Vim. I'll gain a buffer. I will... Raw! I used a command so I can get a clock, so I can play all of the cards in my hand. This is not great. There we go, now I've got up to 6 and you can drain 2. And then I'll end my turn. Oh no! You drained 2 of my Vim! And then you dealt me some damage. Alright. And you're going to deal 50 damage this turn. I haven't activated a command. I can. I will recursively dream. If I look at my recycler. Yep, now it's got 4 dots on it. That's cool. Draw 3 cards, discard 1. I mean, you've only got 67. You're going to do 50 damage. So I can... Don't have 10 Vim. Can I generate 10 Vim? I could Code Slash and gain the buffer. Yes, I can do that. Okay, so I will Code Slash, getting me up to 10, then I'll Amped. There we go. Oh, that only gives me 40. I thought that would give me 20 plus. Where are you? Instead, gain. Sorry, I thought that was in addition to. Alright, well, never mind. I can gain some feral, and then I can do you, and I can gain 1 index as well. So there we are. Now you're not going to deal me any damage, because I've got 50 buffer. And I'm roaring even more with my feral. Rawr! You've got 52. 16 damage because I'm still debilitated. 1, 2, 3. I don't have 10 Vim, but I could possibly generate if I do Greed Protocol. There we go. And the first card I play. I mean, will this generate? How much Vim will this generate? Let's find out. Just the 1. Alright. It's obviously gone past the first turn. 16, 16. I have 10 or more. Alright, so deal 31 damage with this. Then activate Feral, and then I can Code Slash. And Ephemeral Edge. And that will get rid of you. Yes, there we go. Ha 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 ha! I know what I'm doing! You can't see me, I've got my hands on my hips. Ha ha ha! Gain damage, gain buffer. If you have 30, if you at least 12, gain 1 clock. Deal 30 damage and gain 1 index. No, I'll have the damage and the buffer, thank you. Oh no! Okay, my readings are all over the place. Thank you. You should be able to fix everything from a core node. The Sentinel has to try to override the mainframe and connect to Apex Talent Services. If we manage to do that, we're going to have a Warlord Defense Industries goon squads at each of our door in minutes. Do I need to remind you what those bastards like to do with court runners? Give them a peck on the cheek and send them on their way? I don't know. I don't think either of us wants to get tortured and murdered. Well, no. I want to have a peck on the cheek and then be sent on my way. Do you think like demo? Enjoying it? Yeah, it's interesting enough and different for the. I mean, it's very much the same sort of thing that I have come to expect from a hacking type game. Yeah, certainly. It feels very familiar in Netrunner. I don't know if you've ever played that. That is a physical card game. There was a game made by Wizards of the Coast back when Magic was just starting out many, many years ago. Or it was the second game that Richard Garfield did in from Wizards of the Coast. And it didn't do too well. It failed pretty hard. But I enjoyed it. And I played it. And it was a asynchronous game where one side played runners and one side played the corp, and the runners were trying to get at the agendas that the corp had, and the corp were trying to put agendas into data forts and then spend enough money advancing them so that they could say, hey, we completed the project, and when they completed the project they would get some benefit. But if the runners stole the project, they wouldn't get the benefit, but they would score the points that the project was worth. And it was really pretty well done. And it had a lot of... it feels a bit like that in that you could generate sort of different resources with the cards that you played, and you could only play a limited number of cards each turn. But yeah, it feels very similar to that. Sorry, and then Android, and then Netrunner became Android Netrunner in the 2010s. Fantasy Fight Games put out another version of it. Very similar. Almost identical, just different art, and had far more expansions to it than the original did. But it was a fun game. But yeah. Planned release date Q1 2025 for this. Cool. Alright. Especially not before we can get your daughter back. Oh no, my daughter's been captured. I should have guessed. Evil Corp capturing daughters. That seems how it should go. But yeah, I mean, depending on how many different cards and stuff that are in this game here, depends. Is very much how whether it is a buy or a this demo is very good, but I do not think it keeps up with it. Because I mean, we've only seen a few cards. If there are only like 20 extra cards or something, then there's only a few ways you can customize your deck to make it work that. But if there's like a couple of 100 cards or 100 cards or whatever, then the way of customizing your deck and who you can build, and possibly even who you can play as, so that they have a different starting basic cards and stuff. Yeah, that will determine whether or not this is just a demo was good, it's a shame the game didn't hold up, or yeah, okay, I want to look at this. Back in the game, we're looking for a core node to breach the mainframe. That's our best bet. Yep, I know. Excellent. We will claim another reward. And then I will go over... Nope. Here. Nope. Here. Get an icebreaker. Trace level increased by 1. Then I will use the icebreaker on you. Break. Watcher. Watcher. You. Oh, do I have to click on it in here? Right, that will be why I didn't do it before, because it's this node. There we go. And now I can use all of the things for free. Right, I've only got one hash key though. I want to get a second one so that I can use that. I can remove some of my basic cards. Right. Yeah. Yeah, no, I'll get rid of 2 code slashes. They've got 4 of those. 3 cyber shells. Yeah, I'll get rid of 2 of those. So I want another hashtag. What do you need to be doing? Disable this bouncer by spending 1 hashtag. Hash key, even, not hashtag. But I'm going to get 2. Oh. No. Alright, okay. So I can exploit it and just remove 1, or I can... Oh, I think I need to keep 1. So I think I'm going to have to go over here. Alright. What do I need for you? Disabling the watcher in either adjacent cluster. I can't do that because I don't have another. Your +1 for each. Your watcher is +1 for the combat? Yeah. And then I could use the trace, I could go up 1, but then I can't make any more mistakes. Otherwise things get 20% damage buffs. Alright, okay, let's go up here and do this combat. Yeah, I've changed my commands, thanks. I guess I could change them all the time. Oh, hello, Alpha Spider Tank. Are you going to gain 15 buff for every turn? Alright, okay. You're going to deal 13, 13, and 13 damage. Well, I can't really do a lot. I can do this. You're going to generate 2 and then maybe more? I don't know. Let's find out. No, you just generated 2. If I play you... Well, you... If I play... Let's find out. I will... Oh, I can't do... I will generate... That will generate 0. Because there's 0 on there. Alright, so let's do that. And will you generate 2 for me? No, just 1. Alright. Then I'll have some temporary vim, which I will use there. And I've used the command, so I'll have more. Thank you. And then I will do 21 damage. And I will take... 39. 19 damage then, I guess. Ow! 14 damage, 14 damage, 14 damage. Alright. If I can I get to 10 vim? I've got 6. No, I can't. I will use temporary vim. There we go. Now activated command and I have some input. Oh! I should have paid attention to what I was doing, because of the first card I play every turn is doubled. Damn. Alright, okay. Then I've got 3, so I can play all of those. I cannot get to 10 vim again. So, alright. Draw 3 cards and discard 1. That doesn't work. Alright. So if I'm going to double the vim that I play, then I play this. Because that will get me 6. Right? That got me 7. I don't understand why. Are you cheating? No. I was going to say, are you... No, when generate 1 extra vim and add it to this card. No, that doesn't make any sense. No, it does make sense, because it's 3, because that is what that card was to begin with, and it generates 1 extra, and then it generates another 3, because that was on the card, so that does 7, yes. But it doesn't generate the second effect, the effect of the card again. That makes sense. Alright, okay. So now, you're going to do 50 buffer, so I can just do damage. Okay. I will spend some of that, and then I'll do damage and gain some clock. Do some more damage. use this one and gain some buffer. And I can draw 2 cards and gain 2 clock. Which means I can do 23 and 23, which is not enough to kill you, but I'm not really losing anything by doing this. Oh! Okay, cool. So 23, 23, 23. There we go. Fun guys! Generate 1 temporary Vim, draw 1 card. Hey, they're fun guys! Woo! Or Console Prodigy. Deal 40 damage. If you activate at least 2 commands this turn, deal 80 damage instead. I mean, that would require me to have 12 Vim. And Memsaver, hack, uncommon, deal 40 damage. If you have at least 12 Vim, inflict 2 debilitated and 2 expose. Yeah, alright, let's have that. What do I want fun guys to generate 1 temporary Vim and draw a card? Nah, let's have Memsaber. There we go. And now I'll have. Oh, I got two hash keys. Excellent. You want me to put a hash key to break you? That's excellent. Then open it. Every gate you open in this cluster after the first one plus 1 trace. There's only 1 gate in here. Disable it by defeating all the sentinels. We'll go over there. We'll rehash and remove 2 cards. And get rid of 2 code slashes. I don't need +5 Vim. I'll have some shards. Reveal a connected cluster. It's already revealed. I'll have some shards. Pick an uncommon/common glitch. Yes, please. End of the turn, if you have at least 10 Vim, gain 15 buffer. That seems likely. At the start of each combat, gain 2 indexed, so I would draw extra cards at the beginning. No thank you. I will have some rusty gear. Extract, +4 grit to increase buffer. Again, you're telling me about Feral and Vim. Okay, so something is going wrong there. We're going to connect to cluster, get a scalp probe. 100 shards. Every gate after the first one. Alright, nope, we'll just go straight into a combat there. Alright, we're going to do this combat, but we are at 2 hours with this demo. So I would like to go on to something else after this. So we're going to have a look at this demo and see what's going on. Debilitated, exposed, and buffered. You gain 10. Well, I mean, don't have at least 12 Vim. I can't get to 12 Vim. What I can do is, as I have 3, I can just go all out attack. There we go, and now I can use this to generate Feral. 42 damage, see? Look at that, so much more. Then I can co-slash. Oh, no, I can't. Oh, because that costs 2, doesn't it? Yeah. Alright. So I'm exposed and debilitated now. Thank you, flash drive. You've got 60. What's your passive? Start each round, this ice gains 50 buffer. Oh, 10 buffer, sorry. Now you're going to deal 39 damage to me. Which I can block with those. Alright, so let's use Feral. I'll gain some buffer and get indexed. Do 20 damage per Decompile card in the recycler. Decompiled card. Does that count? I haven't used it. It is a decompile card, but it's not a decompiled card. Alright, I'm going to input assistant. I'm going to cyber shell. I'm going to greed protocol. Oh, do you get decompiled when I use you? So no, I'm not. So I'm going to code slash you. And then I'll gain some more buffer just in case and find out what happens. I'll take 39 damage. And then I didn't take the other one. Alright, okay. And now I've just got loads of cards in my hand. Fine. When played, generate 1 extra Vim. Yeah, that's great. If I use a command. Okay, so you're just going to flick stuff on me. Okay, so Ghost of Dreams. I will have some Vim. I will... Oh, sorry, I will have some Raw, some Feral. I will gain some extra stuff. I do not have 10. Can I get to 10? Generate 3 temporary. That's not going to help, is it? I have activated the command, so I can do that. No, so I'm going to get to 9. You horrible thing. Because you will not count. Because temporary doesn't count, so I will just do... I can draw 3 cards and choose one to discard. Ah. I mean, my only hope is if I get unstable charge. Because everything else costs clock. Alright, I'll just ordinary code slash you with a boring thing then. There we go. And I'll end my turn. Ah, I've been exposed. Reduce the clock cost of a card in hand by 1. Reduce the cost and decompile a card from hand. Well, I don't like that at all. Stop doing that to me. Also, stop having so much stuff going on there. If I have at least 12, deal stuff. Works through thing. Okay, so I can do this. There we go. And I can do that. I can inflict 2 debilitated and 2 exposed. And there we go. Then I should draw some cards and gain some clock. Oh, that didn't help. That didn't help at all. None of those are damaging cards. You're horrible. Alright, well I can do that. And I will generate some extra Vim. And I could just Cyber Shell twice. There's no point in me playing... I mean, I could get loads of Vim, but that wouldn't get me... I can draw cards and discard them, but that doesn't help. Alright. Okay, greed has gone away, and then the other one was decompiled. Alright, okay. Well, it's not great. It's not horrible either. I don't have anywhere near enough of him to do stuff. But you are still exposed. So... I can just kill you with these 2. There we go, that'll do. Bah! Deal 30 damage and shuffle 1 fragmented data card into your repo. Harmful card type removed from your repo after combat by default. Alright, so it just clogs up your deck and your hand. So why would I want that? Because it deals 30 damage and takes 0 clock to use? Maybe. Guild's Heist does 30 damage and gains you an index so that you can draw an extra card. And the Punk's Gift! Decompile a card from your hand and deal 20 damage times its Vim as damage. No, thank you. I'll have the Guild's Heist. Yeah, there we go. And you required all combat, didn't you? Yep. Alright, but anyway, as I said, I am enjoying this, but I want to have a look at another demo today before we can go on to Cyberpunk Red Tombs on the Steam Steel Murder channel. So this is where I'm going to end it. This portion of it for now. I'm going to put up the ultra professional streams over. Don't you have? Well, no, I'm going to put up the whoops. Oh no, something's happened. And we're going to take a 30-second break while I change things around on my end and do all the things I need to do in order to start the new demo. But yes, if you're not going to be here for the next bit, let me say thank you for having been here. Whether you were here live and in person or later on the VOD, thank you that you were here for any amount of this means that I appreciate you. You're amazing. Never let anybody, particularly not some sort of cyberpunk dystopia, tell you you're not amazing, because you are. As I say, we will be back in a minute. Until then, enjoy... I was going to say enjoy some smooth jazz, but I don't have any smooth jazz to put on. So instead, enjoy you thinking about smooth jazz, or thinking about you destroying people who make smooth jazz if you don't like smooth jazz, or whatever else it is that you want to think about. That means that you will be okay for like 30 seconds while I do... well, more than 30 seconds. While I do these things. And as always, have fun and stay weird.